Hello everyone, this is Manohar Reddy, Department of Cybersecurity, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today I am going to discuss the tutorial question bank of how do we use Angry IP Scanner tool. How do we use Angry IP Scanner tool? So, Angry IP Scanner tool. So, generally for the networking scanning, there are different types of tools out there. But why we use Angry IP Scanner tool for IP scanning? For IP scanning. So, what is meant by Angry IP Scanner? So, Angry IP Scanner is a free, lightweight, cross-platform and open source tool to scan networks. So you can mention that IP Scanner is a free, lightweight, cross-platform and open source tool. So that means it is not at all incompatible for all the operating system. So it is not at all a heavy loaded software and it is not at all heavy weighted software, and it is a not cost of the software. So because of that, we can say that it is a free software, it is a lightweight software, and it is a cross platform software, and it is an open source tool software. Anyone can download it and anyone can use it to perform scanning of the networks. So it helps you to scan a range of IP addresses. So it helps you to scan a range of IP addresses to find live hosts, open ports, and other relevant information of each and every IP addresses. So for what purpose we are using this tool? So to find out, to scan the range of IP addresses, to find live hosts. So what IP addresses are in live, what IP addresses are on live, what IP addresses are dead. So what are the ports are opened, and what other relevant information about each and every IP addresses. To find out that all the things, we can use this IP scanner tool. So if you are a network administrator, so if you are acting as a network administrator or someone who is into ethical hacking, then there are several times when you have to get IPs from the networks. So you will get different types of IPs from the networks. So at that moment we have to scan each and every IPs, where the actual IP address is coming from and what the IP address is coming to achieve for. So for what purpose that IP address is coming to this network. So every IP addresses, the range of IP addresses, and each and every details of that IP addresses. To get all the details, we use this IP scanner tool. So at times you have to look for active ports, allocated IPs in the network. So at that moment of time, you are looking for the active ports. So you can find the active ports and what are the allocated IPs on the network also you can see. And one of the best tools to do all this stuff is the Angry IP Scanner tool. So to do this all the stuff, we can use a different type of tools, but among all the tools, you can make it as a better with the Angry IP Scanner. Even if you are not a network admin also, you can still use Angry IP Scanner tool to quickly scan your network. And find the IP address of your devices also, assigning static IPs also, and troubleshoot the network issues related to the IP addresses also. You can diagnose them all with the help of this Angry IP Scanner tool. So among this all, we can say that it is a powerful tool, and it is used for scanning of the IP addresses and scanning the range of IP addresses to find the live hosts and to find the open ports and relevant information about each and every IP addresses. So to get all these details of any IP addresses, you will get downloaded this Angry IP Scanner tool. So is that Angry IP Scanner is legal? Is that Angry IP Scanner is legal? Yes, Angry IP Scanner is a legal tool. it is frequently used by both black hat hackers and white hat hackers. So those two roles can use this black hat hackers as well as white hat hackers, because it helps to probe weakness in networking device. So it helps to probe what weakness, what are the loopholes, what are the weakness. Is there any chance to attack on the target mission? So to get this all the details, you can use this kind of tool. So for this all, we can say that the Angry IP scanner is illegal, that is used by the both black hat hackers as well as white hat hackers. And what are the color codes for Angry IP scanner? When you are using that Angry IP scanner, the all the IP addresses are showing that in different colors. In that the main two colors are green and blue colors. So what are the color codes? We can say that green and blue, green and blue. So here the green color indicates that what IP address is active state. IP address is active state. And the device on this address is responding to the requests made by the Angry IP scanner. So green color indicates that what active IP address is active. And the device on this address is responding to the requests made by Angry IP scanner. So Angry IP scanner is going to be responding with that all IP addresses. And blue color, that IP address is either active or busy. Either active or busy, and not responding to the requests made by the Angry IP scanner tool. Because until and unless the IP address is not active, the Angry IP scanner gives a never response. So which is not given response to the following requests. And along with this, one red color is also there. So that indicates that the IP addresses, the IP address is not active. The IP address is not active. That indirectly says that the IP address is not alive. Not alive. So some of the IP addresses are found like active, and some of the IP addresses are not found like active. So that indicates that what not alive. So from this, we can say that Angry IP scanner is legal, and the color codes of this Angry IP scanner indicates that green and blue and red colors. So what it exactly does, and what is the use of this exactly? So it does the scanning of computer networks. It does scanning of computer networks. So searching for addresses with noun properties. Searching for addresses with noun properties. And it is a practice that is often used by both network administrators and the crackers. Both. So it is a practice tool, and it is used as a practice tool for both network administrators and the crackers also. And it is a widely used open source, and a multi-platforms network scanner. And a multi-platform network scanner. So as a rule, almost all such programs are open source. Almost all such programs are open source because they are developed with the collaboration of many people without having any commercial goals. So because they are developed with the collaboration of many people without having any commercial goals or financial goals. And secure networks are possible only with the help of open source systems and tools. So securing the network systems are possible only in the case of open source systems and tools. Possibly it is reviewed by thousands of independent experts and hackers alike. So before uploading the open source tool into the Google or any other cloud, it has to be verified or reviewed by the thousands of independent experts and hackers alike. And there are other network scanners in existence, especially single host port scanners. However, most of them are not cross-platform. Most of them are not cross-platform or too simple, and do not offer the same level of extensibility and user friendliness as like Angry IP scanner tool. As like Angry IP scanner tool. So some of the tools are not cross-platform. Some of the tools are not too simple, and the level of extensibility is not also there. So but Angry IP Scanner tool exists all these. So Angry IP Scanner aims to be very friendly to novice users as well as That means it operates like a user friendly software. It operates like an user friendly software. So how the Angry IP Scanner tool can be installed? The procedure, how can we do the installation? So download Angry IP Scanner tool latest version from official website. You will get the official website Angry IP Scanner tool. So type it on the Google Angry IP Scanner. Then you will get the links for all the different types of operating system. You will get all the different types of links for each and every type of operating system along with the compatibility bits. Along with the compatibility bits. So after downloading it, double click on the downloaded file to start installation. So after downloaded the software is nothing but it is an application software. It is an application software which is by defaultly located in your downloads folder in your system. So find out that one and double click on that application software. Download that one and double click on that application software. After double clicking on it, the installation process will be started. So after double click on this on the installation process will start, and choose the options and click on next till installation is completed. So choose the options and click on next till installation is completed. So once the application software is click on double click, then the software logo is displayed, then the software file is displayed. So installation process will be started. So this is the starting of installation process. So it is showing that message dialog box as well as compatibility box. So welcome to the Angry IP Scanner tool 3.4.2 setup. So it is recommended that you close all other applications before starting to set up. So this will make it possible to update relevant system files without having any reboot of your computers. So click here on next. Click here on next. Then the process is going forwarded to completing your installation process. So now after clicking on next, choose the installation location. Choose the installation location. So where your installation file is going to be located. Where your installation file is going to be located. So this is compatible. If you want to change the destination folder, you can change by clicking on this browser. By clicking on this browse, you can change the destination folder also. And it is showing that the space is required and the space is available also. So if and only if the space is not sufficient to install, then it is automatically aborted to set up the file. Automatically aborted to set up the file. So it checks all the requirements of this space. So after satisfying the space requirements, the click on install option. Click on install option. So now after clicking on install option, it is started to getting Angry IP Scanner tool is an IP address scanning tool, and it is used for scanning of IP addresses with the goal of finding live hosts and gathering interesting information about each of them. About each of them. So you can start by specifying the IP address to scan your local IP entered by default and click the start button. So now click on next button. Click on next button. After clicking on next, so completing the Angry IP Scanner tool is going to be displayed. So Angry IP Scanner tool 3.5.2 has been installed on your computer. So click finish to close the setup. So after clicking on this finish, if you check the run Angry IP Scanner 3.5.2, then it is automatically started after finishing your box. So now the installation is finished. Now open the Angry IP Scanner tool to perform scanning. Now the installation is finished. Now open the Angry IP Scanner tool to perform scanning. So the scanning procedure is same for all the operating system with tool. So the scanning procedure is same for all the operating system, but the IP scanner tool is compatible with all the operating system, and you can perform scanning in every operating system. So here, how the main window of Angry IP scanner tool, how the main window of Angry IP scanner tool looks like on various operating systems. We'll see. So when you open this Angry IP scanner tool, it shows that all the menu bars with like a scan command and go to option, command options, favorites, tools, and help. So if you don't know about how to scan and how to take the range of IP addresses, then you will click on this help option. You will click on the help option to find out the information about tool, how you are going to perform scanning and what are the IP ranges you are going to give and the host name and everything. So here the IP range. So IP range is nothing but the IP address range. So from where to where from where to where you have to perform the scanning of the range. Perform the scanning of the range. So select this IP range. Select this IP range and give any host name, or else by directly you can give host name. No need to give the range of IP address. No need to give the range of IP address. The next, click on start button. Click on start button. So now the range is the scanning of the range is started to scanning. The scanning of the range is started to perform scanning. Now after performing scanning, it displays what type of IP is displayed, and is it how much time it takes to pinging, and what is the host name to ping on that, and what are the ports that displays, and what is the web detected. What is the web detected? So this is the small difference for all the operating systems that displays the information while performing the IP scanning range. So some operating system could not able to display all this IP, ping, host names, ports, web detect. But some of the operating system displays all these, and some other operating system displays more options like. So like the way, depending upon the type of operating system and type of Angry IP scanner tool version, it displays the information about each and every one. It displays the information about each and every one. So here you can see we already said that the color codes of Angry IP scanner tool. So green color, blue color, and red color. So green color, blue color, and red color. So we understand that what the green color is showing that is active, and the blue color is showing that sometimes active and sometimes may not be active. But red color shows that what not active, not active. So all this information is getting in the span of some time, in the span of milliseconds, you will get all this information. But no other tools can give this type of range of scanning within the span of seconds. But Angry IP scanner tool will do all this. And here Ubuntu. So in this Ubuntu, there is no options for tools like displays in the Windows 10, like a scan, go to commands, favorites, tools, and helps will not be seen in this Ubuntu. So here it displays only the IP range and host name and IP and start button. So give the range of IP addresses, give the range of IP addresses, or else host name you can give, then click on start to perform. So you will get all the information. So here the pinging of that particular IP address is what time it displays, at what time it displays. So not applicable, or what time 6 to 88 milliseconds. So like that, all these ports information and IP addresses and contacting time, how much time it takes to pinging on that particular IP addresses, everything it displays. Here it displays threads also, but here it displays threads also 0. So like that, all the information ready, display, threads, everything information is displayed like a Windows display. But only the thing is what the menus which are showing that scan, go to commands, favorite, tools, helps will not be displayed in this Ubuntu. And older Linux versions, rather than Ubuntu, older Linux versions displays Same like Windows 10 displays. So here the file, go to commands, favorites, tools, helps, everything will be displayed. Along with this, it shows that user friendly icons also. So those who are not understanding this is a start button can understand this as a icon, and this IP range icon also there. So same here, give the IP addresses range, IP range, give the host name, and perform IP addresses scanning, perform to start. So as like said, green color, yellow color, and red color. Green color, red color, and blue colors will understanding that whether it is IP address is alive or not, whether it is IP address is not active or not, will displays. So this is the older Linux version, and here Windows 7 or Vista. So it is also same like older Linux displays. So it is also same, but along with this, it displays time to leave also. So at what time it is moving from here, at what time it is moving from here, and how much time it takes to contacting the particular IP address. How much time it takes to contacting the particular IP address, and time to leave. At what time it is leaving from that particular contacting IP address. So 246 time to leave is an extra field which is added in this Windows 7 or Vista. So this particular field says that at what time it is leaving from that IP address, at what time it is leaving from this IP addresses. So that is the thing which is added in Windows 7 or Vista. And the older Mac OS also. So there also same like IP ranges, host names, and start button. Everything will be displayed like in the previous sessions will displays. And Windows XP also. So here also same like ping, host names, ports, but 2 plus. It displays only what ports numbers 2 plus. Those who are displaying ports more than 2 will displays. But in the previous Windows operating systems, it displays the ports numbers which are more than 3 plus will displays. And the web detects also it displays. Web detections also it displays. And the steps to process the scanning. So how to perform the scanning? So first we have to install the software as like we said in the previous slides, and launch the application, that is opening the Angry IP Scanner tool, and perform a basic subnet scan. And scan the local network or single port. Scan the local network for single port. So if you want to specify that you want to scan the particular single port, then you can mention that scan the local network for single port. And scan the network for range of ports. And export. After performing the scanning, it displays all the information. So export the scanning result into the notepad or text pad, and access auxiliary tools. If you want to use any tools, then you can access them auxiliary tools also. So here we can see some auxiliary tools. So which are available in the options like in the tool. So here the first option is what feeders. So first one is what feeders. So here user selects one feeder prior to scanning. So before performing scanning, user has to select one feeder prior to scanning and configures appropriately in order to provide the desired sequence of IP address to the scanner. So to perform correct sequence, we have to select one feeder prior to the scanning. So that is inbuilt. Some built-in feeders are including like what IP range or specific IP or static IP or only one single IP. So those are nothing but what feeders. We have to select any of the feeder to begin scanning. We have to select any of the feeder. So here I am selecting IP range as one feeder. So it iterates IP addresses beginning and ending with two provided addresses. Like example, this is the range of IP addresses feeder. So 192.168.0.12, 192.168.0.255 is the one feeder that indicates that what IP range. That indicates that what IP range. And the second one, fetchers. Second one is what? Fetchers. So user selects several fetchers prior to scanning. So before doing scanning, user has to select one or several fetchers to before that scanning. So the list of selected fetchers define the type and amount of information, collected about each scanned IP addresses. So how much amount of information you collected, that is what you need to select as a feature. So built-in features includes, that is nothing but implemented and planned. So built-in features includes what? One is IP address. So this is one built-in features. You can say it is a built-in features. And time to live. Time to live is also one type of feature. So these two you have to select before scanning. You have to select prior to scanning. So IP address. So the simplest feature that just shows the current scanned IP addresses. So that's why you can say that it is the simplest feature. It shows that current scanned IP addresses. So it displays all the scanned IP addresses. Then next, ping. So ping also is one type of simple feature. It displays the round trip time. So how much time it takes to contacting to the target, how much time it takes to get connecting to the particular IP address. So the time of packets to the host and back using the selected pinger. And the time to live displays the time to live value from the IP header of returned packets from the host. So returned packet from the host. So how many packets are returned from the host will be displayed. And host name is also one type of feature. It displays the host name obtained using the DNS reverse lookup using the IP address. So it obtained from where? DNS reverse lookup from using the IP addresses. So these are the feeders. Features are one type of options that are available in the Angry IP scanner tool. And the pingers also. So this is also one type of option. So pingers are used internally by ping under TTL features. But they are special because subsequent features depending upon the pinging region. So all these depending upon the previous features are pingers. And the decision whether to continue scanning the address and adoption of timeouts will take all these. So the following internal pingers are implemented, each appropriate for different situations. So depending upon the situations, that may change as internal pingers like ICMP echo. ICMP echo is one type of pinger. So the standard pinging method used by the ping program. So how it is contacted to the target address. So at that moment, this ICMP echo performs like a pinger to pinging that particular target. So the drawback of this method is that many firewalls specifically block these packets, and sending of them requires the usage of raw sockets, and therefore, so administrator privileges on most platforms. So there are administration privileges are applied so that the firewalls can block at the particular scanning purpose. So at this moment, it has to stop for scanning for different IP addresses. And the next one is what? Exporters. So this is also one type of ancillary tool that identifies the scanning result and exporting into the different formats. So exporters are used after the scanning has been completed in order to export the results outside of an Angry IP scanner tool. So not is inside of the Angry IP scanner tool. After scanning, all the results are exported into the different format. So that file format. So built-in exporters includes what? Text. So human readable plain text file. All the scanned results to be exported into the text file. And the second one is what? A CSV. So comma separated values also is one type of exporter. And the next one, openers. So openers is also used for opening any scanned host in the result list. So opening any scanned result in the result list. As a rule, openers execute external programs in order to connect or send something to particular hosts. So example like opening the web browser or send a shutdown message. So like that, some type of openers they can use it to open or shut down that particular message or particular system. So these are some ancillary tools that are having like an optionals in the Angry IP Scanner tool. So once again we revise the topic which we discussed in this session. So here we understand that what is meant by Angry IP Scanner tool. First of all, so what is meant by Angry IP Scanner tool? It is a free, lightweight, cross-platform and open source tool to scanning the networks, and it identifies the range of IP addresses, performing scanning, so finding the live hosts, finding the open ports, and other relevant information of each and every IP addresses. So for this, all the stuff we have to install this Angry IP Scanner tool. So is that Angry IP Scanner is a legal tool? Is that Angry IP Scanner is legal? Yes, we can say that it is illegal, and it is frequently used by both black hat hackers and white hat hackers. So to provide to it shows that weakness of a network device. And the color codes, so green color, blue color, and red color, which already shown in the screenshots, which are available in the different operating systems. So scanning of computer networks, and it is a widely open source and everything. We have to understand that Angry IP Scanner tool purpose and how we are going to install this installation procedure. So download it from official website Angry IP Scanner tool. So different versions are there depending upon the type of operating system, type of compatibility of bits of the operating system. You can choose the setup file. You can choose the setup file and install it on your system. So after installing, you can launch the GUI in the different ways in the different operating system. So in the Windows 10, you can open the GUI like this, and in the Ubuntu, open the GUI like this, and older Linux, open the GUI like this, and Windows 7 or Vista, open the Windows like this. Old Mac OS X is also open like this, and Windows XP is also open like this. So these are all the steps to process the scanning or perform the scanning. So after installing the scanning, after install the software, launch the application, perform the basic subnet scan. So type of range scan or simple scan or single IP scan. Take any of the option and perform the range of ports. The next, after performing the scanning, export the scanning result and using any of the tools like auxiliary tools, so like feeders, fetchers, pingers, exporters, openers. These are all some tools available in the Angry IP Scanner tool window. So after this all, we can understand that what Angry IP Scanner tool is a best and efficient tool to perform scanning of IP addresses. Thank you all.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.